Guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the 2024 Lexus ES 250 all-wheel drive.
And a big thanks to Cameron and the rest of the management and staff here at Lexus of Wesley Chapel for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new premium car or SUV in the Wesley Chapel, Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Cameron.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the ES has been a front-wheel drive midsize luxury sedan sold by Lexus since 1990. The 7th generation ES that you see here was released in 2019, facelifted in 2022, and for 2024, the ES does get a couple of changes, but they're mostly for the F Sport trim levels, outside of actually these 18-inch rims that we have here. We'll check those out in 1 second. The 2024 ES is available in 3 different power plants, each with 5 available trim levels. Here we have the base ES 250 with all-wheel drive with a $42,000 base price. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, you notice your LED projector, headlamp for the high and low beam, LED daytime running light, front parking sensing. The grille gets this beautiful gunmetal gray theme to it, more front parking sensing. The Lexus badge houses your advanced safety features, a little bit of chrome in the corners and some aluminum down below. This emerald white paint color is also beautiful. It's a $500 option. Hopefully you can pick up the sparkles on camera. We mentioned these 18-inch rims. They're different for 2024, and here they are. They're gunmetal gray and silver contrasted multi-spoke wrapped in Bridgestone Terenza all-season tires. The dimensions are 235/45/R18. So with all-wheel drive, these 235 wide tires will have no problem gripping. And with this 45 series sidewheel, we'll see how the ride quality is when we take it out for a drive. We get a two-tone contrasted mirror with an LED turn signal on it, shiny chrome for the window trim, blacked out B-pillar, sunroof up top, shark fin style antenna. We get smart access for the driver and the front passenger. We also get smart access out rear. We'll take a step back. Hopefully you can pick up the side profile. Very elegant. Although this shares a, body and platform with the Toyota Camry, I don't see much Camry resemblance when it comes to exterior styling. As far as the interior, there is a little bit of resemblance, but to be expected at least for a base model. Out rear, we get the same rear wheel and tire setup. The only difference is a smaller brake caliper, no push to open gas cap. I'll show you the latch is inside. We get LED taillights, turn signals, and reverse lights. Shout out Lexus of Wesley Chapel for helping make this review possible. Backup camera, Lexus badge up front, and an integrated trunk spoiler. Very clean looking design. ES 250 badge all-wheel drive right next to it. The 250 is the only available trim with a true all-wheel drive system. The hybrid gets all-wheel drive, but it's front-wheel drive based with electric motors, and the V6, although it is way more powerful, is not available with all-wheel drive at all. We get rear parking sensing. We can check out our exhaust tip, and speaking of the exhaust tip, let's fire up this 2.5 liter 4-cylinder and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 2.5 liter inline 4-cylinder sold by Lexus for the 2024 ES 250. Made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission and all-wheel drive system. You can expect 0 to 60 in around 8 seconds, so definitely not the quickest, but if you're living in an urban environment and you don't expect to take this vehicle over 45-50 miles an hour on a regular basis, this power plant is really all you need. Down low, the tuning is sensitive, and with the V6, you don't really get the power until about 3,500 RPM anyway, so that's what I'm saying. For like urban environments, this is really all the power plant you need, and with all-wheel drive, you'll have no problem even when the weather gets really cold and snowy. But what you see is basically what we get, again, cranking out 203 horsepower, 184 pound-feet of torque, and I appreciate the hydraulic struts, not something you get from the Toyota equivalent with the Camry. Anyway, taking a step inside, also something you're not going to get with the Toyota equivalent Camry is this beautiful interior, even for a base ES. We get soft touch material up top, leatherette stitching for the center, gushy soft armrest. We get 4-window auto-on touch. We can't check out the dual panes because we got fresh tints on this vehicle, but you can take my word for it, we do get dual panes up front. You get more wood trim too. It's an option. It is about $350, I believe. We'll check it out on the window sticker. Aluminum door handle beneath that, 3-person memory seats, power folding mirrors, 4-way adjustable, and we get a pretty good sound system. It's not the upgraded Harman Kardon or Bowers & Wilkins, but it still sounds very good for a base Lexus system. Down below, we get hard plastic with a solid amount of storage. You'll stack 2 foot longs on top of each other, Lexus nameplate as we step inside. The seats are very comfortable, perforated, heated, and ventilated seats. That's part of a premium package. It's not standard on the $42,000 base price, but the premium package is about $2,400. So still a sub $45,000 vehicle with the premium package. The heated and ventilated seats are a big reason to go with it. The seats are also a two-tone contrast with brown leather, which does not get nearly as hot in the summertime compared to black leather. You get lumbar control, you can recline, drop, lift, and slide the front seats. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. First thing we notice, the steering wheel is a lot more premium than what we get from Toyota. It's thick, solid 10-2, 9-3, fits perfect in your hands, and the leather is soft. Such a nice premium feeling wheel to keep your hands on. Aluminum paddle shifters, unlike the plastic ones we get from the Camry. Stocks have a super satisfying click. The horn area is rubberized, the horn itself, loud and aggressive. To the left, we can adjust our infotainment screen, volume dial, you can hang up and answer your phone calls, and voice commands. On the right side, you can skip your songs, AM, FM Sirius, forward collision alert, lane keep assist, and our radar cruise control adjustments. Not radar cruise control, just regular cruise control, but we get the forward collision alert and lane keep assist. Speaking of the infotainment adjustments, right now we're looking at a digitally illuminated analog tack with about a 6,500 RPM red line, digital speedo in the center, MPG in the left corner, coolant temperature in the top right, fuel level in the bottom right. We can check out the different screens. Here you can adjust all of your advanced safety features. You can turn them on or off and even adjust the sensitivity of certain features like lane keep assist. You can also check out your messages, lane keep assist advanced safety screen that you can check out at all times, music, compass that'll function as a turn-by-turn if you get the GPS hooked up, and finally, right back to where we started. This is my personal favorite screen to leave it at, so we will leave it there. We get auto headlamps and auto high beams, auto rain sensing wipers too. Standard feature on a 2024 Lexus ES with a $42,000 base price. We get a power tilt and telescoping steering wheel, fuel cap release, trunk release, and our hood latch release right over there. Hopefully you get a good look at the pedals. The dashboard has more of that wood trim. It's all soft touch materials with some stitching for the area your passenger will be looking at. Traction control on the top of the dashboard. Same with our drive mode selector. We get normal, sport, and eco mode. We'll start the review in normal, try out sport, try out eco, and just see what the differences are. The touchscreen is the 8-inch, just the basic screen, and the response is excellent, just like all the Toyota competition in the recent years, but just like the Toyota vehicles that we've been reviewing, the navigation screen is subscription based. So we have to put our phone number in, set up an account just to access navigation, which is fine for a customer. If you're buying this vehicle, of course, you're gonna put all that information in, but I'm not buying this vehicle, so we'll leave all that for the potential owner of it. Music, you can see your phone settings, vehicle settings, climate, comfort, trip information, and alerts with the overall settings and adjustments as well. Cool. My personal favorite will be the navigation, but it's not available, so we'll just leave it here. We have a Lexus clock to the left of it, 2 air vents, hazards in the center, we have vent adjustments beneath that, dual zone automatic front climate control. The volume dial has a really premium feel to it. Heated steering wheel, heated and ventilated seats located down below. Additional storage, hopefully you can pick it up on camera, USB A and C port with a cover so you can hide it away. 2 cup holders, you'll fit 24-ounce bottles, pass through, perfect for a phone or wallet. Brake hold, the gear selector controls the 8-speed automatic transmission. We can check out the backup camera real quick. Nice high resolution guidance lines and trajectory. You can turn off the guidance lines and trajectory and adjust them if you'd like to for one reason or another. You can also adjust the different views of this backup camera. Cool. We get the manual shifts on the gear selector too. They're in the improper direction to upshift and downshift. We also have our paddle shifters, which we'll probably check out during this review. Wireless charging pad, nice gushy soft area for your arm. Center console space, massive. You're fitting 12-ounce bottles of water, 2 USB-C ports, and a 12-volt right next to it. Slide and fell too, hopefully pick it up on camera. Very premium center console. We also have leather stitching for our knee will often hit, electronic parking brake. The glove box is outlined with soft touch material, very soft material for the outside of the glove box. It's damped, pretty large. You'll fit 20 license plates. I'd expect you to fit a pair of shoes. It'll be tough for you to fit anything more than that. I like the brown contrast stitching for the dashboard, matches the theme of these seats really nicely. 3 garage home link settings on this frameless auto dimming rear view mirror. The interior lights are LED and touch activated SOS. We can open up this sunroof. The glass opens up pretty quickly. The shade is manual, but when you open the sunroof, The shade opens up with it. We'll see if it goes out any further. It does. So into the second row for the opening. We'll poke our way out of here. Beautiful day today in Wesley Chapel, Florida. Sunny and 80 degrees according to this 2024 Lexus ES. We'll shut this sunroof right up, leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you guys can see how much light is brought into the cabin. But that's about it for the inside, at least for the front seat of this 2024 Lexus ES 250 all-wheel drive. You guys can pause, take a look at all the standard features on a $42,000 base price. We have a few options here, but they're all very good value options. For $660, we get these beautiful new updated 18-inch rims, $100 for the smart key, $550 for the power trunk with a kick sensor, $500 for the premium paint, $2430 for the premium package. You guys can pause, take a look at all of the goodies that comes with that. $360 for the wood trim, all-weather floor liners and trunk tray for $320, $25 for the key glove, $75 for the cargo net, $1150 for the destination charge. Totals us out a tick over $48,000. So yeah, we are approaching $50,000, but this vehicle is absolutely loaded. And remember, it has all-wheel drive too. Taking a step out back, before we take a step out back, we have a little storage pocket over here that can function as an ashtray if that's what you're into, and a adjuster for the interior brightness with the odometer trip reset, if we didn't mention. Anyway, taking a step out back, we can check out the quality of these materials as well as the overall space back here, and the space looks really impressive. Up top, we still get the soft touch material, leather stitching for the center, gushy soft leather armrest, auto one touch window. It's not a dual pane out rear, but it's still a very thick single pane of glass. We get more of that wood trim, Lexus speaker. The padding for the seats goes all the way out to the door frame, perforated brown leather with the contrast down below. They're not heated or ventilated seats out rear. We do get air vents, but no adjustment for the climate. But taking a step out back, I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have 5-6 inches of knee room. Headroom, I have about an inch. So if you're under 6'5", you should fit in the back of the 2024 ES 250 behind your seat settings with no problem. We mentioned the air vents. We get map pockets behind both the front seats, 12 volt, 2 USB-C ports too. Hopefully pick them up on camera. The center cubby has padding even for the cup holder area. You can check out the cup holders. They're large. You'll fit 24-ounce bottles. Pass through. So if you want to have 3 passengers along for the ride, if you're going on a ski trip, you can throw all the skis through the center pass through and everyone can still stay in this vehicle. The interior lights back here are LED. Hopefully you pick them up on camera. Overall, very spacious, very comfortable, and there's a ton of features here for the sub $50,000 price point, sub $45,000 price point if you avoid some of the smaller options and features but keep the premium package. Out rear, we mentioned the power opening trunk. This is probably a feature that I would keep because I just think it's a very premium and cool feature, especially for a sedan, because back in the day you just really never saw anything like that outside of the super premium segment. Anyway, just like the Camry, the 2024 ES has a massive opening. The pass-through for the second row, it's a single fold-down with a pretty big protrusion for the wheel well, so I wouldn't expect you to fit the largest TV in here, but as far as cargo space, this is definitely one of the top of the segment for overall trunk space. The wheel wells are cut out pretty well, so you'll be able to slide 2 golf bags horizontally and probably an additional 2 in a diagonal manner. Anyway, I mentioned the power opening and closing trunk. We press this button and it shuts right up, and it does so pretty quickly. Anyway, that's about it for the inside and outside for this 2024 Lexus ES 250 all-wheel drive. It is a beautiful vehicle, both inside and out. I just realized I never closed the hood after I pulled that latch a couple minutes ago. All right, guys, the hood is shut. But again, that's it for the inside and outside of this 2024 ES 250. For the price point, this is a loaded vehicle. I've always been saying how the Camry is a great value, but with the dealership markups, we're seeing $5,000, $10,000 markups in the higher trim Camrys. Here, we have about a $900 charge for some paint protection, tints, lifetime oil changes, lifetime tire stuff, you know, the typical dealership stuff, and you can negotiate with that, but it's going to be really tough to negotiate a $5,000 to $10,000 markup, considering that there is so much value in this ES 250. Performance-wise, with this all-wheel drive system and 4-cylinder engine, let's take this 2024 ES 250 all-wheel drive out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the 2024 Lexus ES 250 all-wheel drive. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions, though, the throttle's pretty responsive with a 2.5, just like in the Camry. The V6 is a little bit more responsive, but as we mentioned earlier, the V6 makes most of its power after 3,500 RPM. which is the same thing here. But considering that the low end on this 2.5 is pretty strong, not necessarily a big compromise, especially if you're living in an urban area. But taking a step out here, third throttle goes to about 3,500 RPM. No, it's definitely not quick, but it's quick enough. 0 to 60 in around 8 seconds. Competitive with what the older V6s were doing in about like 20 years ago. Handling is way better than anything it was doing 20 years ago. Look at this. Just handles like it is nothing. And it's so quiet in here. I'm not sure if it translates on camera. Try some manual shifts. Oh, handling is good. On the gas. Woo! Yeah, it definitely picks up more up top, but it's not going to blow you away. If you want the more powerful experience, definitely go with the V6. But the V6, as we mentioned, is only available with front-wheel drive. If you want the all-wheel drive, this 2.5-liter four-cylinder is the only way to go. This vehicle can handle, though. And third gear coming out. Not a whole lot of mid-range, but it does get up and go eventually. Downshifts. Ride quality is fantastic. I was thinking these 18-inch rims were going to compromise some of the ride quality, but I'm not feeling that at all. The Camry, the Toyota Camry, is already a quiet interior. We've reviewed countless Camrys, and I've always mentioned how quiet their interior is, but this Lexus is not only a step above, it's a good 2 or 3 steps above when it comes to overall interior isolation. That's enough with normal mode. Let's try it out in sport, see what the differences are. Transmission stays about the same. Throttle gets more sensitive. The gauges change up. The red line goes up too. The red line goes to about 6,800. Snappy downshifts. We'll try out a real world turning radius. First gear. Woo. Snappy. Steering gets heavier. Tight steering. Woo. Woo. Nice. It does shift for you once you start approaching the red line. Steering does get nice and tight in sport. All right, guys, just continuing along. Handling is good in sport mode. I really like sport mode. I'll take it out of the manual shifts in 1 second to see if it lets you keep your overdrive. Sport is definitely a lot of fun. Hopefully you can pick up those rev match downshifts too. It's a really quiet interior. Let this guy get a little bit more space, and should be a good opportunity to try one out off the line in sport. All right, guys, off the line on the gas, sport mode, good response. Woo! Not bad. I'm going to push it a whole lot further. This thing can get up and go. Tried a couple more manual shifts. Brakes feel good, throwing it in. Good handling. Yeah, guys, we don't have to beat it up a whole lot further. We can take it out of sport, try out eco mode. Wow. I was not expecting this 2024 ES250 to be this nimble, to have this much isolation from the road. This is a top-notch premium vehicle, especially with all-wheel drive. I love the V6. The V6 is without question way, way, way quicker. No doubt about it. But the V6, again, only available in front-wheel drive. You're going to have wheel spin in dry climates. I could only imagine what it would be like if you live somewhere that snows, rains a lot, whatnot. If you're living in an area that rains, snows a lot, compromise that 2-second difference of the 0 to 60 and definitely check out this ES250 with all-wheel drive. I know you probably rather have the 350 for the V6, and I know that the hybrid makes more power on paper, but the hybrid, it's at least 2 to 3 tenths of a second slower to 60 compared to this 2.5. And the overall difference in price, in my opinion at least, is just not worth the extra 5 to 10 mpgs. This 250 all-wheel drive is exactly how I would take the new 2024 Lexus ES. And a big thanks to Cameron and the rest of the management and staff here at Lexus of Wesley Chapel for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or SUV, premium car or SUV in the Wesley Chapel, Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out, and ask for Cameron. And huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know any specific cars SUVs, or trucks you'd like to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.